To the boys, Fox and Shane, set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but the penny turn red. Can't let that go down in my head, war gaming.
What's going on, guys? You have tuned into Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I am Shane. As always, I'm hanging out with Fox.
Hello, friends.
And of course, we're hanging out with Churchy.
How you going, guys?
Today, we're kicking it back, and this is a bit of an easy one for us. Not going to lie. We didn't do much work at all.
Yeah, I mean, I did nothing.
Yeah, I've just printed off these sheets. So,
Oh, good.
we are talking about Dark Heresy 2nd Edition, the 40k RPG.
I'm super excited because this is kind of like a deep dive that you've prepared in that I come into this episode having done nothing throughout the week. No idea what we're talking about, really. It's an RPG that you played with Oliver. That's all I know.
Yep.
And I'm excited to hear your journey. I know it's going to make me jealous that I didn't play, but maybe it'll convince me to jump in on the next one.
Well, there's always room for you to slip on in.
Okay.
All
right.
Hey, you know.
Hey.
You know. So basically, for the last 6 weeks or maybe a bit more, but a couple of breaks, but
Yep.
Ollie and I have been playing through this RPG. So he's compiled some notes for us, and I will be retelling. I say our, but it's my adventure.
Yeah.
Ollie is like, he's there, and for like the most part, I'm like, where are we going? What are we doing? But I forget, like, it's just me.
It's just you,
Because he's like
the DM.
the presence overlooking what I'm doing.
Yeah, he can't guide you.
No, he
He can't
can't.
tell you.
Yep.
He's created a world, and now you must have free will in it.
Yeah.
So this is quite a unique adventure because it's an
Mm-hmm.
RPG that you were playing by yourself,
Pretty much.
guided,
Yeah.
well,
Guided by Ollie.
enabled by Ollie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Who, for those that don't know, is our heroic Discord member who runs RPGs
Our resident DM.
for the masses
Yep.
for free. And all he wants in return is our undying love,
Yep.
which he has had since day one. So he's doing this for free.
Absolutely. So, for those that don't know, Dark Heresy is set in the 40k universe. You are an acolyte
Yep.
of an Inquisitor.
Okay.
So I, still being new to the whole Warhammer scene, wasn't even really sure what an Inquisitor was, right? I kind of knew that they were the guys that got sent in when there was, issues on a human world.
Right.
Whether
It's
it's
more than me.
Heresy or Xenos or
Cycles?
the other one, something like that. Yeah, maybe. And being an acolyte to an Inquisitor, you're basically just running around errands for them.
Yeah, okay.
So,
wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So an Inquisitor is quite a high-ranking individual. Like,
Relatively,
Sure.
yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Like you're not like the emperors, to or see.
Chosen, yeah.
You are still well down below, under, like even like Primarchs and everything, right? You're
Yeah,
still
yeah. You're on the bottom of one of the rungs.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
you're under that guy.
I'm under that guy. Yeah.
So what kind of errands? I mean, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. So basically, this game is an out of print game from Fantasy Flight.
Okay.
Back when they were doing a lot of 40k stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah. So the mechanics of the game are based on D100 skill checks.
Sure.
So you might have a skill of 30.
Yep.
And for a relatively easy task, you'll roll. You need to roll under your 30 plus 30, for instance, right?
Right.
So you got to roll 60 or under.
Okay.
So
Sure.
kind of like, I believe it was the same as the Star Wars RPG we did.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Was it? Is
What was
that
it
how we
called?
did it?
I think so.
Oh, we didn't roll dice, I don't believe. Oh, no, we were always rolling D20s.
We were rolling D20s, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
But different.
Similar, same, but still same.
Yeah.
Wait, just quickly, while we're just in the we're
Yeah,
in the 40k
yeah.
universe.
Yep.
What year is this? Oh, I mean, roughly 40,000. But like,
Current,
sure, okay.
guess, could be. It hasn't really got a time frame. It's not like 30k.
Yeah, okay. It's not all the way back then.
Nah. I guess it could kind of fall anywhere in between, really.
Sure.
Yeah. So chaos is still a thing.
Yep.
There are people still being influenced by chaos and getting
Sure.
corrupted and stuff like that. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah. So I would guess somewhere in between 30 and 40k.
Yeah.
But it could well and truly be present day.
Yeah,
there's
okay.
nothing that really ties it to a
Sure.
sort of time.
It's not set in a particular event time span. It's
Nah,
just it's in
nah.
the 40k universe
Yep.
sometime around now.
Just on one of the trillions of worlds that the Imperium own.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're on an Imperium world to start.
Well, not to start. We were.
I'll let you do the notes.
Yeah.
I'll flip before I flip you everywhere.
So Ollie has provided me here with basically the dot points that he keeps.
Okay, cool.
So obviously, he needs to keep on top of what's been happening.
Yeah.
I will do my best to fill in from what I can remember.
Sure.
This is going back quite a few weeks, like before Christmas and that. So
Yeah, wow,
I'll do my
last year.
best to try and remember.
Yeah.
But basically, to start the journey, I was introduced to the Inquisitor I'll be working for, which
Yep.
is Conrad Kyphon.
Okay.
So I've got no idea whether he is a guy that Ollie made up.
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a particular
Yeah.
dude in the lore, but this is the guy I'm working for.
I like that
Conrad.
idea. It's already immersive because you rock up. They're like, "Hey, this is the Inquisitor we've assigned you to," and you're
Yeah.
like, "Well, I have no idea if you're like a baller
Yeah.
or like the scraps."
Exactly, and that was the thing that my character was like. I still really don't know much. My character doesn't even know that there's different branches of the Inquisition.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Like I don't really know that I'm assigned to a Inquisitor that works under like the Heresy branch,
Sure.
or the Ordo Heretica or Ordo Xenos or whatever.
Yeah.
those different ones.
Yeah.
So
is Auto Malleus one? I don't know.
yeah, I believe that is like the Psychers and stuff like that. but
Sure.
we don't know 40k.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
But it's explained to me that I predominantly be working for one of his subordinates, right, which is the interrogator, Vandred Rotgast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Old Vandred. Wait. So you're working for Vandred,
Basically, yeah.
not the other guy.
Well, Conrad is
Yep.
like the Inquisitor,
Yep.
and then Vandred is his interrogator. So he's the guy that like he sends in them to get information out of something,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Yeah. So like he's like middle management.
Our phones are going.
Could have
off,
sworn I
man.
put my phone on silent.
Let me reach across the
I'm
table.
gonna check
to,
mine too.
click mine on silent.
So yeah, so I'm working for like middle management at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So he's not the
He's not the big dick. He's
Nah.
the
Yeah.
He's that other guy.
he's just like the shift manager.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that middle management. They've always got like a little chip as
Oh,
well.
I know, man,
always
because they're
think-
always aspiring. One day I'll be the big boss.
And to do it, I need to treat you like dirt.
Yeah.
Because I got treated like dirt. Now
Yeah.
you deserve it.
yeah.
So you got an interrogator, and he's gonna treat you like dirt.
Oh yeah, yeah, and he's an interrogator too, dude. So like,
yeah. You're not holding
yeah.
back.
No. So basically, I am being sent to this to a hive world called Salviota.
Sure.
He explains to me that he's received a memo from an old comrade who served with many years ago, which is Hemlet Odestein.
Okay. So Odestein's mates with the interrogator.
Yep. So they served.
They interrogated together.
in the battle or in a war some point
Yep.
a while ago. Yeah. Yeah.
I imagine them just serving in like one of those FBI rooms with like the two-way glass.
Oh yeah.
And
They
they
played
both
good
just
cop, bad cop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interrogating the shit out of
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
Now at the end they're like, "Good job, man," and that's how they
Yeah.
became friends.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But like, yeah, it might have been war or some shit.
Who
I don't know.
knows? It could have been guardsmen. I don't know.
Yeah.
So basically, I was sent to this hive world on a troop transport.
Okay.
They were sending that ship in there to pick up like recruits for a guard regiment.
Yep.
And they're like, "Well, this ship's going there, so you can just jump on."
They don't know you're gonna pay you for your own ride.
No.
You have to. You're a stowaway, effectively.
Pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. They could have put me in like a first class little vessel or something like that, but it's like, nah, basically
You got economy.
it's like one of those airplanes you see like when they drop tanks off and there's like no seats in there.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're just in there and you're like, where do I sit?
Sit in the cargo bay.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Yeah.
just moved a crate out of there. We shimmied a crate over. There's room for you now.
Yeah.
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 That's the treatment you're getting.
Pretty
I
much.
love that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Scum of the Inquisition.
So we went to his last known place of residence, which was the Delphus Hive on this world. So I walk in there. I got no idea how to find this guy, right? They didn't give me nothing. Well, I say they didn't give me nothing. Ollie didn't give me nothing, but I didn't ask.
Ah.
I learned that pretty quickly. I need to start
Ask.
asking stuff,
Yeah.
right? Because Ollie was like, at one point, like just pissing himself laughing every time I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I should have asked in like directions or something,
Yeah.
right?" Like, so I didn't.
I'm in this place and I don't know how to get somewhere.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Guess I'll just walk north.
Well, basically, I walked until I found a bar and did what anyone did. anyone would do.
You asked the barkeep?
Well, at first I ordered a drink.
Of course.
Yeah.
As is customary.
Yeah. And it was basically a clear liquid
Yep.
that Ollie described was basically like fuel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it wasn't like nice, crisp, cut and dry.
Quenches your thirst and quenches your love. No, it wasn't.
But it wasn't. No.
Come dry.
So a barkeep suggested that I should either check with the enforcers, which is basically the planetary police,
Yes,
or
I have some of those in
Yep.
hard plastic.
you do. So they said he might have a record. If he's got a criminal record, they'll know about him.
Sure.
Otherwise, go to the local administrator clerk's office.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to deal with no cops.
Yeah.
Right, so I went to the admin office, right?
Straight to the administratum.
Yep. Basically, yeah. So I walked in there, and he's made note that I stood in line for a few hours.
Okay. Yep.
So-
I can tell you're a rookie at that.
yeah.
Just got off a cargo plane and now you're...
I spoke to a clerk who said that he would lodge a request for information to see if he could find Otison's residence. So not only did I stand in line, I also did paperwork.
Oh, no.
I'm just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
doing a really good job. This
And
is
then-
exactly what an inquisitor needs people like you for.
Just doing paperwork, yeah.
He doesn't have time to stand in line and do paperwork.
I'm surprised he didn't send me to get his dry cleaning.
Yeah, he probably
or wash
would've.
his car or something. But
He's probably too scared you wouldn't ask for directions to the thing and you would
True.
just never to return with his stuff.
True. So basically after that, Ollie reminded me that it's been hours and hours, right? So he's like, you better find somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
Because being in this particular hive world or this part of the hive, you don't really have an idea of the time or the like it's like
It's like Vegas.
pretty much
Yeah.
like it's just lights everywhere.
Yeah.
You got no idea if it's 2:00 in the morning or 2:00 in the afternoon.
Because they do administratum work.
Yep,
All
24/7.
24/7.
Yep, this hive does not sleep.
Yeah.
Call it the Big Apple. So I basically went and found like a little hotel.
Yeah.
So I wanted a room,
Uh-huh.
and in this game, when you're sort of bartering with like chump change, right? Well, I mean, basically it's assumed that you've got enough money to buy like a drink, whatever, right? Like,
Yeah,
like I
some
think a lot
fuel.
of RPGs or games are like that, right?
Yeah.
This was something a bit bigger, but it wasn't enough to warrant actually keeping like bookkeeping currency for. So you
Sure.
roll your influence, and if you succeed, then you've managed to use, I don't know, the Inquisition credit card or something like
Yep.
that, and you've got a room.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah. What's the pin? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, beauty. Cool.
Yeah.
I went for a room. No bueno.
You weren't influential
No
enough.
bueno, nah.
Card
So-
declined.
Declined, yeah,
They
yeah.
only gave you $12 on it. I didn't
Exactly.
trust you with any more.
Exactly. So I had to settle for a sleeping pod,
Okay.
which I imagine is basically like a coffin. Like it's just
Yeah.
big enough to like crawl into,
Yeah.
and then like a door would shut, and then like the pod would, I don't know, go up into like storage or something
Oh,
until
God.
you decide to wake up. I don't know. That's what I
Getting
imagine.
sweaty thinking about it.
Yeah, or like Bender's apartment on Futurama. You
I just
seen that?
imagine it's like one of them Japanese capsules.
Yeah,
you just
maybe.
slide in and
Sure.
shut the lid.
Yeah.
A sleepy.
Cool. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we got.
Like a morgue. It's effectively a morgue.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Gotta get that corpse meat or whatever it is.
Corpse starch, dude.
Corpse starch.
Yeah. So slept. Like
a
got
baby.
Got our 8 hours.
Yeah.
Little coffin.
Yeah.
And then
Dreaming of paperwork and filling out forms.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I
What-
didn't fill the section 41.
Oh, not the section 41. I ticked it instead of crossing it. So after that, I don't know, for some reason I decided to go talk to the enforcers instead. The
You-
paperwork wasn't coming back anytime soon.
Yeah, you got that vibe from standing in line and
Yeah.
by the begrudging.
This clerk was basically like Vic Rhodes.
Yeah. And they're like, we'll fill out the form and we'll get back to you when it gets back to you. Your 17 million in queue.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, pretty much.
You have it next
Here's
Tuesday.
your ticket. Yeah. So I went to the enforcers, a local precinct, and asked around. So I found out that Otisine had been in a little while ago. He claimed that someone was blackmailing him,
Right.
but he wouldn't really give much info. And the enforcers gave me his address.
Huh.
So once I went in there, it was actually quite funny because I had to. They were just like, "Who's this guy?" Right? And first of all, I'm an acolyte from the Adeptus Mechanicus, so
Yep.
I'm wearing like AdMech robes and shit.
Oh, shit.
And I've got like bionics and stuff like that. So straight away in the hive, I'm kind of like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
You know, sticking out a little bit. And they're in there and they're like, why? Like, who are you? What do you want this for?
Yeah.
So I had to, well, actually, the Inquisitor, Conrad Kyphon, sent me.
Okay.
And then
that got him listening.
that did, yeah. But then also they were quite curious about how many heretics I had locked up.
Oh, okay.
So,
And you lied and said 200.
I just said, I can't talk about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Heaps.
Not allowed to tell you.
It's actually my second day.
Yeah, you don't tell that. You're like, what's a heretic? No, but seriously, what, we supposed to lock those up or something? I've already met 4.
So, you know, fawned that a little bit there and
Yep.
got some information. So we got his address.
Yeah.
And we went there. We met with him. It was a bit...
Much easier than filling out forms.
It was, very much so. Just had to sort of, you know, flash that clout a little bit.
Yeah,
to
you
get
got
in.
to. Yeah. I mean, if you know
Name
Conrad,
dropping,
yeah.
you know. It's kind of like when you go to the club and you're like, oh, yeah, I know the DJ.
Yeah, you're not going to be like, oh, yeah, I'd like to fill out a letter of application for the club.
no, exactly.
Usually like, yeah, I know the bouncer.
Yeah. Yeah. So he found him and he explained that he was being blackmailed by a member of the Adeptus Arbites.
Oh, that was easy to find him then. They literally just had his address.
They gave me his address, yeah.
You just went to his house and was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Just
what's up?
knocked on his door and he just let me in.
What's their houses like? What do you
Apartment
reckon?
blocks.
Sure.
So, like,
I just
I don't
imagine
know,
like
like,
stacked
it's-
shipping containers with doors.
yeah, oh, yeah, I reckon something like that.
It's the
Like,
hive world.
all the rooms are just rows and rows of rooms. That's what I sort of, in my theatre of the mind,
You hit
imagine
headspace.
walking through this hotel. You know, I'm looking for like room 27,004 or something like
Yep.
that. So
I'm on the 19 millionth floor.
yeah, exactly.
This elevator took 3 days to get here.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So we went with him. He explained that a member of the Adeptus Arbites, Rosa Esposito, has been blackmailing him. So
Did you say Rosa Despacito?
Esposito.
I'm only ever going to hear Despacito.
Sure. I'm not really familiar with what the Arbites are. I'd read the term and heard about it, but they're basically like they enforce the Terran law.
Yeah.
Over like each planet has their own ruling, but then they oversee them.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, so like they're like the judges.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
So-
more like... No, I've never heard of them, actually.
Okay. Excuse me.
Got you good there.
Excuse me. Got me. Didn't see that coming. So he explained that she knew that he had Inquisition connections,
Ah.
and then that he would have to get someone from the Inquisition to come to this hive world. She'd been applying, and they'd just been saying like, "What do you want? Like, leave us alone," kind of thing. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
stop calling me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will lose our number.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, so that's what happened, right?
Okay.
Because this guy knew Conrad's interrogator.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a mate of a mate, you know, like
It's a
that kind of-
tangential relationship.
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely, yeah. So now we went to the Arbites precinct, which is basically like a fortress.
Okay.
And I spoke to Rosa,
Yep.
who she explained that she had some information passed to her by underhive enforcers.
Okay.
So right now we're in like the mid-hive.
Sure.
So it's you know, it's a bit better than what's down below.
Yep.
But it's nothing.
People are
compared
still
to this
shitting on
place.
you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, yeah, they're still pissing on you and telling it's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
sometimes you actually think it's raining.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
You have to
what's
tell
rain?
yourself that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll never see it.
Exactly. So they've been investigating some murders that's been happening.
Okay.
And she explained that she realised that the markings on these corpses were signs of chaos.
Okay.
8-pointed stars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right, but her boss wouldn't give her any time to actually go down there and investigate. He just kept telling her, no, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's a waste of resources.
Sure.
You know, but
Yeah.
she's just like stuck behind a desk, like just doing nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, company resources.
Despacito.
Yep.
You're better than that. Just go. Just be a bit of a rapscallion.
Yeah, true.
You know, hand in your badge and get down there. He's in on it though.
You reckon?
Her boss.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon he's like a chaos something.
Maybe.
I don't know if they have like undercover chaos people, like they do, like you know, Gene Steele cults.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that, but for chaos. He's a higher up, and he's like, nah, it's not worth your time investigating all these very suspicious chaos murders. stay at your desk and do nothing.
It's possible. I don't know. Anyway, that was
Take that
session
with you.
1.
Oh, okay. Wow, good
Yeah.
sesh.
Yeah. Yeah, a fair bit happened. It was, obviously nothing, no combat or anything happened there. And Ollie did tell me at the start that this kind of RPG is less like, there's not a whole lot of combat. Like, it's not like
Good.
the Star Wars one where it's like we were bouncing from fight to fight kind of thing.
Sure.
There was a lot more like storytelling in between.
Yeah.
Which was cool. And it was like different for me being, the RPG, what would you call it? Very inexperienced when it comes to RPGs.
Yeah.
So like to actually try and do that was fun. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
very cool, like, storytelling, narrative aspect, adventure-based puzzle solving.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Instead of just, shooty,
Not just
bang,
run a
bang.
gun. Yeah. So basically, session 2 kicked off.
Before that,
Yeah.
Churchy, could I trouble you for
I
a
suppose
beverage?
you could trouble me for a beverage. Would you like one too, Shane?
Yeah, why not? Thanks,
No
Churchy.
worries, buddy.
Thanks, Churchy.
No worries.
You're a good value. I don't care what Shane says. You're all right. He's never coming back.
No, he's gone.
He's got my car keys. What do you do with those? Where you go? Don't wave us goodbye.
Okay, so session 2 kicks off. So I went down into the Underhive and I spoke to the local enforcers.
Yeah.
They sort of gave me some information about the murders. There was 4 murders in total.
4 in total.
Yeah,
Not
3.
8.
No, only 4.
Half of 8.
Half of 8, exactly.
I knew it.
3 were clustered sort of in one area, and then there was one that was in a sort of different part of the hive. So,
I think with the
Me.
3 of us, we can solve this before you even finish the thing.
yeah, you can try.
All right, I will. Churchy, there's been 4 murders. 3 in one area
Thanks,
and 1
Churchy.
sort of
No worries.
in a different area. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
3 in one area.
You can try.
One in.
And 1 in the other.
Okay.
And they've all had chaos markings on them. In the Underhive.
Yeah,
That's all we know so far.
yeah. You can try. Good luck. So, 3 of the members were from a gang called the Asters. They're a local gang, and the 4th was an engineer who worked in the hive water department.
That sounds like your character. Sounds like what your job in the Underhive would be.
Probably, yeah.
The water department. Captain Pipes over there.
Should have asked for his name.
Yeah.
Shane.
Shane,
Oh, fuck.
Shane Grossetto.
So I did some questioning, and it revealed that the majority of the murders have taken place in an area of the hive believed to be on Aster turf. So these gang members getting killed on their own turf.
Wow.
Yeah, which I don't know a lot about gangs, but that shouldn't happen.
I don't think so. It sounds like a bit of friendly fire or something
Ooh,
far more sinister.
I reckon it was chaos.
Oh, shit.
Fuck, you're right. You solved it, dude.
He doesn't need to play anymore. There will be no part 2. Now we're going to tag this whole video with spoilers.
So I went into this part of the hive, and I started looking around, and of course, first thing I did was found a bar.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ordered a drink,
Of course.
same
Fuel.
fuel, but watered down a bit more.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds like Underhive.
Chaos.
Underhive activity. That's chaos activity right there.
So I went in there and I found the barkeep wouldn't really talk to me, right? I sort of asked him, I tried flashing, what are you inspecting?
They just passed their best before dates is all.
Are they really?
Yeah. 15th of January 22.
Oh, well.
That's best before though. That's like a guide. This is like that. It's thematical because this is that watered down
Sure.
chaos fuel you had.
These must have been the ones at the back of the fridge. Anyway, where were we?
They're still good. That's the good thing about Carlton Dry though. It doesn't even. Its best before is the best before, but it's after the best before is still the best before
It's still
the others.
better.
Yeah.
Carlton Dry. Try some today.
We'll get that sponsorship one day, boys.
We'll keep working. Keep slugging away, homies. We'll be there. We'll get there.
So, went in there. The barkeep wouldn't talk to me, right? I basically tried the old, the Inquisitor Conrad Kyphon sent me.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't phased.
Yeah.
Just like didn't care.
And you're like, shit, that's worked for me 100% of the time so far.
Exactly.
All of the once times that I tried.
Yeah, didn't work. But I managed to somehow get some information out that there was a table there
Ah,
with
you talked
4
to the table.
gang members. Yeah, the
Help me solve this.
The table was indifferent.
He was, Barkeep's like, that guy's had one too many.
Table said to him, he was like, all right, Shaz, I've got 3 words for you. It was chaos.
Shaz and the table, Shaz and the table, running around the underhive, solving crimes and something.
That's perfect. That's perfect. We're gonna get rid of Rosa and just employ the table.
Yeah.
So, sitting at the table,
Want another
my
table?
undercover partner.
we cut to session 4, and he's like, so I went and reported to General Table.
Somehow he's climbed up, and I'm still like just doing the same thing.
And he said he's too busy with the Emperor. He's chilling. He's the Emperor's coffee table now.
He's doing good. He's doing well. I'm proud. I'm
Damn
proud.
it, Table, don't you remember the good old days?
I don't know who you are, kid. No, Table.
So sitting at the table,
Yeah.
there's 4 gangers, right? I went and spoke to them, and I tried to get some information out of them.
Yeah.
And they were packing heat, right? They basically told me where to go,
Yeah.
and then I said, "Listen here, you rapscallions.
Oh dear.
You better give me the information that I want, otherwise, whoa, you're in a world of hurt."
Oh no.
And I got stabbed several times.
You're like, Table, why aren't you helping me?
He's like, "Shut up, you'll blow my cover." Been working this case for weeks.
He's like, yeah, get him, fellas.
I just imagining a Table doing like a detective dialogue. Like he's like, I've been working the case for weeks, and Shane came into the bar. I knew he was gonna be trouble.
You hear, see?
I knew he was gonna blow my cover.
1920 Chicago.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And
they
the
got,
Table's got a big stash on him.
He's like, Shane, you've blown my cover. Table? I thought you were dead. Sorry.
I got stabbed.
Yeah.
Badly stabbed.
I also love that where you're like, all right, boys, you're going to tell me what I need to know. And they're all just like,
Yeah, pretty much. So I ran away from getting stabbed.
smart.
They caught me, right? They caught up to me.
Oh, well, of
So
course.
I managed, somehow I fought them off, right?
Mm.
And I actually captured one. I think I shot like 2.
Oh, wow.
I killed 1 or 2. And then I think 1 ran away and I caught 1. So he explained that another gang actually rolled into this turf and they started killing all the Asters, right? They took over.
Yeah.
And I managed to get him to show me the building they were working out of, which was like a sort of a rundown, what looked to be abandoned factory
Yeah.
kind of thing, right? All the windows and doors were all boarded up and yeah. So that was the end of session 2.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I remember I must have tuned in to one of these coming up and you were trying to get into a fortress that was all barred up.
I think I told you about it.
Yeah, maybe you told me about it.
And then
Yeah.
you're like, wait, that's an episode.
Yeah,
and
true.
here we are.
And here we are. You never told me you were working with Table, though.
Of course, dude. I can't leave you show me up. So session 3. So basically, I went and sort of licked my wounds and healed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a nap.
Yeah.
Because I was hurting.
Yeah, I mean, you just got fucking stabbed, dude.
Yeah. It's interesting. This RPG, it works like, so you've got, like, I've got 13 hit points.
Yeah.
And you sort of don't really suffer any penalties until you get to 0. So you
Yeah.
don't die at 0. You sort of start, like, going in the negatives.
Sure.
I don't know what you have to get to die. Like
Yeah.
maybe negative 13. I haven't got that low. I don't know.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
But yeah, so as long as you stay above 0,
Okay.
you're kind of all right.
Yeah, you can function as a human,
Yeah.
just
yeah.
not well sometimes.
No.
Yeah.
No, even at 13 wounds, that's still a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So went back into the Underhive and I assessed the building. Had a bit of a suss around. Ollie explained to me that there was a laneway down the side, which was sort of like unusually clean for like
Okay.
a laneway.
Sure.
Like especially in the Underhive, normally there's like I don't know, like piss and garbage cans and
Yeah.
dumpsters. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's Underhive, right? There was unusually clean. Okay, and there was a like a fire escape ladder
Right.
going up. So
Got to escape the fires.
yeah, you know, who knows?
Safety first.
So we ended up getting in, and then the ladder is like the typical, like what you see in New York, right? Like they're above the ground.
Yeah.
Or you sort of like, you lower them down when you're up there if you're getting out of the building.
Sure.
So that was a problem. But I'm down there. So I'm like, how do I get up there?
Yeah.
It's too high. I can't jump. I can't climb.
Yeah.
There's nothing for me to climb onto. I managed to pry off like one of the boards from one of the windows. And there was like a big like sheet that was hanging down. Like I peeked in, there was like really nothing, but I couldn't actually get in through that window. So
Sure.
tore down the big sheet and did some old MacGyver and a fashioned it into a rope.
Interesting.
Right, threw the rope up, pulled the ladder down,
Nice.
laughing. We're up there, right? We're in,
Oh,
sneaking in the window.
yeah.
It came out to be like there's like a bit of a hallway there, so I crept into like one room, across the hallway into another room, which was like a bunk kind of room. Like there's just like beds and boxes and stuff like that. So searching around, and this dude comes in. So I tried to hide under the bed, right?
Oh god.
Where else am I gonna hide,
I
right?
can already tell how terrible you are at
Under-
being
under the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, roll a sneak or whatever.
Hiding
Found
under
that
the bed, and the bed's
miserably.
like, you better not blow my cover.
This guy comes in, and the bed's like, he's under here. And the guy like flips the bed off me, right?
And you're like,
like first that. But I kind of had the element of surprise, right?
I
Like,
bet.
he knew I was under there, but like, it was like I had time to like draw my hand cannon, which is basically like a revolver,
Yeah.
and like shoot him. So I shot him.
I imagine that's quite loud though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very loud. Didn't kill him.
Oh.
But then we had a bit of a scuffle, and then I shot him again and killed him, right?
Yep.
And then like I hear people coming. So what do I do? Go to the wardrobe or the chest or whatever. I put on like these overalls that were in there, and then these two guys come in, and they're like, I'm like, this guy like attacked me. I think, oh no, what did I say? I was like, I said, sorry, it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So I said to the two guys that came in, I'm like, this guy got killed by this other guy, right?
Yep.
I think I saw him go that way, and then so
Like down the hall or something.
Yeah. So basically sent those guys down the hall.
Nice.
Like after this other guy, right? And then
I like to imagine you in just like your Adeptus Mechanicus robes
Yeah, with
some
overalls.
overalls
Yeah,
on
pretty
and be
much.
like, he went that way. And they're like, we'll get him, don't worry. Come on, bed. Let's go.
pretty much what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they chased him, and then I like went down the hallway they came from.
Yep.
Right. Opened this door, and I found like all these like. Also, I was kind of like up, sort of like stairs. Opened like a catwalk, looking down into like a big sort of warehouse kind of thing, right? And there's all like people working around this big machine-looking thing.
Yep.
No idea what it is. Right. It just. So, where am I? Yeah. So they're like tipping this green like liquid into this machine.
Oh,
And
doesn't sound good.
yeah. So then I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
So out of here, right? I
What were you looking for when you went in?
got no idea, dude.
Yeah.
Like chaos. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you were inquisitive.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you were doing your job.
So I
Chaos.
Says I failed. I think this is a little bit of misorder here, but I had a run in with some gangers.
Yeah.
I took them and I killed them.
Yeah.
And took their money.
Okay.
I just
Thieved
robbed them.
Yeah.
Why not, dude? Oh yeah.
That's funny. I like that you went into a building looking for chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were just like, hello.
At this point, my
There's chaos
character
in
doesn't
here.
really know what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I mean, like there's like signs of chaos and stuff, but like.
You're trying to investigate the murders,
Yeah,
but you've got
yeah.
no leads.
And like this is like the only lead
Mm.
I've got, right? Because it's like this one guy said, all the Asters are dead. These guys killed them all and took over their turf, right?
Sure.
So,
So really needed to capture one of them,
yeah, pretty much.
but instead you killed them and robbed them.
Yeah.
It's
So
close.
I ended up leaving the underhive and went and found Rosa.
Yeah.
Told her what I found.
Yeah.
And about the dumping the liquid into this big machine thing.
Yeah.
She told me that she still like couldn't go in there.
Still wasn't allowed.
Nah, boss still says nah, no good, no bueno.
Even though, did she tell him about the green stuff?
Oh yeah, like yeah.
And he was like, nah, it's nothing.
No,
Don't
yeah.
worry about it. Green stuff happens all the time.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So she advised I to go talk to one of the enforcers named Griff Braver.
No, I don't like that
Griff.
at all.
Griff's your trigger happy guy. Like he's the guy you want to fight.
Oh, yeah.
With you.
Yeah.
Know? Yeah. So went and found Griff. Basically, he's like, Chaos where? Let's get him. Like straight away, right? Like
Yeah.
no questions asked. So found him.
He just... So the only thing I know about Griff is that he asked you a question. Chaos? Where? Well, let's get him.
but like, you know. One question asked.
Second thing he says to you. Okay, where? But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
If he had been like over there, he wouldn't ask you any questions
No,
too, and
that's
just
it.
kind of got him.
Yeah, fucking oath. So,
There! Point to fucking, what's her name? Despacito.
So I went and met with Griff. He rallied a squad of enforcers, and we raided this building.
Oh,
Right?
shit.
So they were
Panty
pitted up.
raid.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Raided the building, right? You know, kicked the door in. Oh,
Wow.
no, we all climbed up the ladder. We were still down for some reason.
Why'd you add kick the door in? Well, I mean, technically, we climbed
an
the
inside
ladder.
door.
Yeah. We opened the door and then
yeah.
fly kicked to the air in triumph.
We went in there. We killed almost all the gangers. Because,
Yeah.
like, I didn't specify not to like leave some survivors.
Oh, shit.
So they're just in
So
there.
it's a
just,
genocide of
just-
gangers.
Pretty much. Just like just killing everyone.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, wait, we need
Wait.
one. So they found one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And
They
then
ran out of ammo on one and...
yeah, and then there were like sort of civilians in there that were like working against their will. So we
Killed them all.
let them go.
Oh, okay. Put them out of their misery.
It was easy to identify though because the gangers were wearing like chains with like 8-pointed stars, like,
Oh, okay.
like necklace kind of things.
Sure.
So anyone that wasn't wearing one of them basically got let go. And one of the workers explained that the machine was actually mixing the green stuff into the hive's water supply.
Oh,
So that was a problem.
yeah.
So-
Because they love their water.
Well, I mean, yeah. So we turned the machine off,
Oh, that's good.
and then I was like, well, that's about it. And then somehow Ollie reminded me that if it's off, like a whole section of the hive just doesn't have any more water, right?
Which you should have known.
Of course, right? So then I'm like, okay, hang on. Can we like reroute this so they still have water but no green stuff? And then this one worker like made it all happen, right? He,
Oh, dope.
pulled levers and turned valves and did all this shit.
And stop dumping green stuff in
Stop
there.
dumping the green stuff. So I took a sample of the green stuff.
Oh, nice.
Right? You know, just like in a jar.
Yep.
Took it with me. So went back to the precinct, the Arbeit's precinct. The judge explained that he still did not feel it warranted Arbeiter attention.
Right. Standard.
But acquiesced to allowing Rosa to accompany me to the Underhive to investigate. So he's like, fine, Rosa, if you stop whinging about it,
Yeah.
you can go.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's like, you're not getting any help from us.
Yeah. You're on
Yeah.
your own.
Pretty much, yeah. So then on session 4, we had a team meeting with Griff and Rosa.
Yep.
And they interrogated some of the gangers, and I was off to find someone to identify the liquid.
Sure.
So we went up into like a part of the upper hive, right?
Ooh,
This was
la-di-da.
fancy. Think mahogany, timber,
Wow.
ivory. You
Wow.
know, this is nice.
Damn.
And I'm like, get really used to being up here.
Wonder how much this green stuff goes for.
Yeah. So went in there, went to look for a room because it had been a bit of a long day.
Yeah.
Took out the old Inquisition credit card. Declined.
Of course. If you couldn't
So-
afford a crappy hive nest,
You know,
yeah, give it a try.
couldn't get in there.
Yeah.
But it was like the part I was in was actually sort of like an Adeptus Mechanicus kind of part. So
Oh.
I was like, I feel at home.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, I'm from an AdMech, Acolyte, and yeah. So
There's all robots and stuff.
pretty much servitors and stuff like that, and other people that have sort of augmentations, not just me.
Yeah.
Standing
So
out.
you could beat boop with all your friends.
Exactly. You
That's
know?
cool.
Yeah. We could do like robot like high fives and shit.
Which is just like send it in code.
No,
send an
it's
email
'cause
with
it's
a high
like-
five.
No, it's like
But it's like,
Yeah, pretty much. And then like the hands go like.
yeah.
So we did all that, and I asked around it and pointed to a senator.
You pointed to a senator.
I was pointed to. I think it's a servitor.
Oh, okay.
like a senator.
That's a senator. Stop pointing to me, kid.
Sit at a table.
What are you doing here?
I'm sorry, have we met? Oh, Shane. Yeah, man. How you go? I'm sorry, I'm real busy doing senator
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll get a beer next time, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I gotta see a man about a varnish.
So the servitor agreed to take the sample and analyze it. He said it would take a few days.
Oh,
So
okay.
I left it with him. Left heaven, went back to the Underhive.
Yeah.
Right?
Scumsville.
Yeah. So the gangers that Rosa was interrogating had actually given up where their base of operations was.
Wow.
Um,
Pussies.
And it was like
Snitches. Takashis.
it was a fucking rats. They found out it was a chapel that that had a new preacher about 6 months ago,
Interesting.
who seemed quite popular, you know, so the locals in the area. And the group called themselves the Disciples of the True Emperor. Okay. So we went and sort of cased it out.
Yep.
I went in there and actually, found out when the next mass was, right?
Sure.
So I just need to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Oh yeah, okay, cool. No, it's all right. So I figured out when the next mass was, a couple of days, right?
Yeah.
So I went back to Griff's precinct, had a rest and healed up a little bit, and I sent a message to Inquisitor Kyphon. So it's sent by astropaths.
Okay.
So basically went to a guy who psychically sent a telegram
Sure.
across the warp
Yep.
to find Kyphon, right?
Yep.
So I sent a message to him. I was like, sweet, all right, I'll come back like a few days.
Yep.
So
And he's like, "Dear Kyphon, stop.
yeah, exactly.
This is Shane. Stop." And Kyphon's like, "Dude, Charles, fucking just talk normally, dude."
Yeah.
He's like, "Hurt and upset. Stop."
Betrayed by table. Stop.
Stop. The one true emperor table. Stop.
Yeah. So I got a message from the senator. I don't know that he was ready. So he had the sample. He was ready.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, that's important. Let's go back up and find out what it is.
Yeah, up to
So-
the mahogany.
Exactly. Back up in heaven again, right?
Maybe it was a senator. Maybe
Maybe.
that's what they do up there.
Maybe.
Analyze samples.
He told me that the material was a strong mutagen.
Okay.
So this that it could cause significant mutations if ingested on a regular basis or by children.
Or by children. They're targeting the children.
Yeah. So, okay, that's not good.
Yeah,
Right.
because it's
That's
been in
not
the
good.
water supply for
Exactly.
who knows
For
how long.
How long? Yeah, 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, actually, people did look a little strange here.
Yeah. Like an arm like growing out of their
Yeah.
forehead and shit.
They're like, I've analyzed the sample, and I think it could give people mutations. But luckily, we probably haven't been consuming it long enough.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Exactly. So went back down to the chapel for the mass. I
Yep.
made it in time. So I went in, sort of cased it out, sat in one of the pews at the back,
Yeah.
sussing it all out. Right. So there was a lot of people there.
Yeah.
They sent a collection plate around.
Uh-huh.
So I took the money that I'd stolen from these guys.
Yeah.
And like put it in there. Right.
Just to blend in.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I didn't know, like, at the time, I didn't know how much money. Like, I knew, I'm like, yes, this is money.
Yes.
Right? But I'm, like, unfamiliar with this local, like, currency.
Sure.
Right? So I'm like, I don't know if I've got a lot or fuck all.
Are you putting in 50 cents or $48,000?
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So I just, like, I'm like, here, and just, like, put it all in there.
Yeah.
And then I left. So the mass left, so I'm like, I snuck out of there.
Yeah.
So we decided to set up a base of operations across the road, basically like in a hotel,
Okay.
like a room. So luckily I didn't have to try the old Inquisition card. The enforcers fix the bill
They're
on this
covered.
one.
Yeah, you're like, man, I'm really getting real sick of this being declined. It's quite apparent to me there is zero money on this. You didn't even need to give it to me.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. So we set up base there, and we realised we there. So I realised I couldn't rent a room because I gave all the money away.
Classic.
Yeah. So the enforcers fixed the bill on that one. Went back to Griff's precinct and convinced him to pay the rent. Yeah. Got everyone to prepare for a raid of the chapel. So
Another
got all
panty
the
raid.
first. Yeah. They were keen as, mate. They were like,
Griff's like, when are we raiding? Chaos? Whom? Let's get him.
no questions.
No
asked.
questions asked.
Yeah. So that was the end of session 4. Session 5. First thing we did, storm the chapel.
Hell yeah, baby.
Right before
Get
mass.
your money back.
Yeah.
Right before mass.
Right before mass, yeah. Storm the chapel, right? So, kick the door in. Actually did that this time. Maybe, I don't know. It was unlocked, I think.
Griff got there first.
Yeah.
They'd already finished the raid.
Oh, yeah. Let all of them go in first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the enforcers threw some smoke grenades in there.
Nice.
They're all shooting them up. I'm in there, sort of sneaking like around the pews and that, trying not to get shot.
Yep.
There's actually like a sort of like a balcony kind of catwalk thing that like circles the building, and then like the stairs go down onto the main altar stage kind of thing.
I can picture it.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try and like shimmy up from like a column
Get
up
a
onto
good
this point,
vantage
right?
point.
Yeah. Failed the first time.
What did you fail?
I don't know, slipped. I don't know. Couldn't climb. I don't know. So I got up there, and then I'm coming along, and I can see down. So up there, there's like really no protection.
Yeah.
There's just like a little banister kind of thing, but I can see down this guy hasn't seen me yet. So I'm like, all right, pop.
Oh, you're gonna miss
Missed the first shot.
Of course.
Luckily, like he's like caught up in all the fight, all the shooting.
Yep.
The enforcers are like shooting their shotguns and like
Yep.
smoke and all that. He didn't know where the shot came from.
And even if you did, it would be like, oh, it's just looks like it's an acolyte of an inquisitor.
Wearing
literally.
overalls?
Yeah, literally the last person I need to worry about.
Yeah. Anyway, so missed him, and he's like, where'd that shot come from? Let's go again. Pop. Hit him. Didn't kill him, right?
course
But
not.
now he knows. He's seen me.
Yeah.
So he shoots me back, and I nearly die.
Why even participate?
I
Why not
don't
just
know,
wait
dude.
outside?
At that point, I was just like, so then I shot him again and killed him. And I'm like, Ollie, can I just like sit at the back of the room, wait till they're done?
Yeah.
So
Apply pressure to my wound.
yeah, I actually did that. I healed myself and got like 3 wounds back.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so did that. Ended up pushing to the front of the chapel, come down the stairs onto like the altar, and there's a guy who's wreathed in flames, basically on fire,
Yeah.
and he's shooting like fireballs with his hands.
Oh shit!
Like just like flaming enforcers.
You
right?
should not be there.
No, I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Anyway, he like barbecues one enforcer.
Oh god.
And then I like sneak up to him and like shoot him, like basically in the back of the head.
Wow.
Doesn't kill him. Of
course
But
not.
wounds
He's
him.
on
though.
fire.
He's on fire, of course.
Yeah.
One bullet's not going to kill him.
Yeah.
And
You need water bullets.
exactly, like a water bomb.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Rose is like sees me up there, so she's like running up the center, like the center aisle.
Yeah.
He goes to barbecue her, and the flames like past her, right?
Tricky bitch.
Yeah,
She got some
so-
shit going on.
She's fine.
Wow.
So one dude just got cooked,
Yeah.
and she's fine. So Flames didn't do anything. I shoot him again. I think I kill him this time.
Oh wow.
Or no, I hit him, or no, she. I don't know. One of us killed him. Maybe me. I don't. Maybe it was her. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. She like hits him with a club and like bashes his head in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to take credit for Rose's kill. Felt bad halfway through and then gave her the appropriate credit.
Exactly. You
One
know.
of us killed her.
One of
Me in
us.
heroic
Someone-
fashion, or
I got-
some bitch
I got an
beating him in
assist.
there. Yeah.
So killed him, and then basically like his head was caved in, but we could figure out that he was the preacher.
Yeah. Your powers of deductions are unrivaled.
It's like,
I think this guy at the front of the stage on fire is the preacher. After seeing him the day before at Mass.
yeah, he looks familiar.
Hang on. Now that you're not on fire, I recognise
I know
you.
you. So I went behind like the altar, and there was like sort of like the living quarters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Found like some documents and stuff, and then I found my money.
Hey,
So I'm like, yep.
return to sender.
I found out it was actually like the equivalent of like $2,000.
Yeah, wow.
So,
Generous. I'm
Yeah.
surprised they didn't have you up on the thing preaching.
True. But yeah, so took that back.
Yeah.
So not only have I robbed 2 workers, I also robbed like the local church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on the right path for the underhive.
Yeah. So we went out the front. We managed to like, I did some first aid on one of the enforcers that was pretty fucked up. So saved his life.
Nice.
Got to brag.
You just did, but it's fine.
And then we're on our way out. Like one of the enforcers got barbecued.
Yeah,
Couple
didn't
of
save
them,
him.
He's dead, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One was pretty fucked up, and then a couple were sort of hurt. And then so we're on the way out, and a crowd, which I guess was there for mass,
Yeah.
is getting pretty pissed off, right?
Yeah.
They're like, "What's going on? What's
What's
happening?"
with all the killing of our preacher?
Pretty much, yeah. No, they. I tried to talk him down because they're like, "What have you done with the preacher?" I'm like, "He's inside. He's fine. Don't worry about it."
Having a
right?
nap. Come back later. Just got a headache.
That didn't work.
Okay.
So they started throwing like bottles at us and shit, and the enforcers like shot a couple of them.
Jesus. Okay. This is escalating.
Like there was like, I think it was like 10 or something that were like wounded, and then we're like, nah, fuck it, let's get out of here. So we escaped back to the precinct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rosa was interrogating the captured prisoner, who gave up the info saying that there were other cells on this planet. So that was only sort of one small cell.
Sure.
They all meet in sort of various locations. He doesn't really know like who's who
In the
this
zoo?
in the zoo. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they do know that they're sort of they're all owned by a Baroni corporation. Everywhere they meet, everywhere they work, it's all owned by this one corporation.
Okay. Called, what was it?
Baroni.
Pep. Baroni.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Yeah, they're Italian.
It's
Italians.
It's the Baronis. It's the mobsters.
So I sent another message to the Inquisitor, updating him on what's happened, and rested for a day. So I received a reply from the first message that I actually forgot I sent.
Oh.
And at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm acting a bit too much, too much initiative going on here.
Yeah.
Should like slow down. And he said that the interrogator, so this Vernard, I think his name was on his way. He's like coming to the planet.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh fuck, I hope he doesn't care that I shut up at church.
I'm not going to tell him about the money thing, but I guess I have to tell him about the church thing.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. So went and investigate a site, one of these locations.
Yeah.
Someone was tailing me, so did the old switcheroo, sort of hid around a corner and waited for them to come around the corner.
Yeah.
Then jumped on him, right?
Yeah.
Basically, who are you? What are you following me for?
Yeah.
And he gave me a message that was from Rose's boss,
Sure.
the judge, the head judge.
Wow.
His name was Raycor Benaro.
Bonaro.
Yeah.
Gorlami.
Coralami. So it had a location there to meet with him to discuss some sensitive information.
Sensitive.
Yeah. He wouldn't relay it in a message. So I went to the location. It was a rundown sort of like a rail yard that belonged to one of to this Baroni corporation.
Yes, pepperoni.
Yes. Basically, I went in there and the judge steps out from the shadows, as all good villains do.
Twirling his mustache.
Yeah. And I got jumped.
Yeah.
So he and 2 of his mates like fucked me up.
Wow.
I tried to like shoot him.
Didn't work on account of your terrible skills.
Oh yeah. I think I missed like the first 2 shots. Yeah. I've got this gun that's like way too big for me. Yeah. So
You're using your real human arm when your robotic arm is perfectly programmed to aim and fire.
yeah. It's basically got like what's that bot? It's like headshots all the time.
Yeah, aimbot.
Aimbot. Yeah. It's
But you're
basically
using your
that.
left
That's what
hand.
I'm using, yeah.
I like it. It feels good in my hand.
So yeah.
So are you saying that the person that I said at the start was in on it?
Yeah.
Was in on it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So there you go.
So that's where you're up to.
I'll put in the title that people should just listen to the first 5 minutes, and then that's it.
That's why a single tear rolled down your eye when I said that.
Like, it was such
giving
an
the game
obvious
away.
villain too.
Yeah, like reading back
Of all
like
the
that.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
it was just we had the advantage of not being in it, so we were suspicious of
weren't in it,
everyone.
so
Yeah. But yeah, so
So the pepperonis got you,
they did.
and now what?
Well, now we're waiting for the next session.
Oh, okay, so it's still like that's not over. It's not like Goosebumps or you are dead.
No, yeah.
No,
I
now
mean, yeah.
you've got to wiggle your way out of this.
Somehow got to get out of there. I don't know. Who knows?
I think you're
Ollie
only
knows.
yeah, Ollie knows. I think hopefully that Inquisitor gets here soon,
Yeah.
or the interrogator.
Yeah.
He seems like the kind of guy that could get you out of that stick.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my experience.
That was awesome, man.
It was fun. It's a lot of fun.
What a cool story.
It's interesting playing, in theory, by myself. You know, it's just me and Ollie in there, and I'm like talking myself through everything.
Yeah.
Because like I guess in the few RPGs that we've played, we're always like, should we do this? Should we do that? Like you know, you're bouncing off like at least one other person.
Yeah.
Not this time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think half the session is me going like, I don't know what to do. Ollie just like laughing. Like to be fair, like in the later, like especially the last couple of sessions, a couple of times he's kind of like, Rosa suggests you do this.
Yeah,
and I'm
nice.
like, cool, thanks, Rosa.
Yeah. Thanks, Rosa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
That's cool. So what was her story, do you reckon, with the not being affected by the flames?
Actually, I missed a part in there, but I went up to her and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, legit.
You better start talking. Like that's some
That's some shit.
Yeah. And she's like, and she didn't. She said she didn't know.
Interesting.
So I said the odd, well, you know, you better tell me because the Inquisitor's gonna fucking find out.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, seriously, I don't know.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm like, okay then.
She doesn't know.
Yeah.
So she's immune to
Fire damage.
fire damage, or is it psychic powers?
I don't know. Well,
Could she be a null maiden?
maybe.
Oh, but then his powers would have been diminished from being near her.
Maybe they were. That's why I could.
And maybe that's
shoot
why
her
she
in
could.
the head. Yeah. Ollie, we got you, dude. Got you.
That bitch is a silent sister.
Yeah.
A null maiden. Yeah, very cool.
Should have asked if she had hair.
Yeah, true. Doth she weareth the haireth? Very cool, man.
So yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's our sort of so far through our Dark Heresy,
Yep.
which has been a lot of fun, and yeah, keen to see where we end up next.
Yeah. I'm keen to get it. What nights do you play that?
Wednesdays.
Ah, of course. Football.
Oh well, we can do any night.
Ah, of course.
Podcast night.
I have no night. Yeah, let's do it on Monday.
Not the
I'm
other
free.
Mondays. Yeah. So yeah, it's been good, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. If
Yeah.
you're in and about and like the RPGs,
Yeah.
we've got an RPG channel in the Discord.
We do.
Jump in there.
Yep.
Drop your sessions, little write-ups,
Yep.
whatever it may be. If you want to play an RPG, there's always people in there keen.
Oh yeah. Like
Especially if you want to DM. I don't want to throw Oliver another.
I think
another
Ollie
session.
just loves DMing. So
Yeah.
maybe.
Grab you and 5 mates. Chuck in
Not even.
$5 a session.
Oh,
Not even.
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Solo that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, join our Discord. You can find the links on homiehomies.com.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's on our Facebook too somewhere. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed my little adventure so far.
Yeah, it's been awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I loved it. I enjoyed it. Can't
Cool.
wait to hear about your next 6 sessions
Yep.
and the adventures of Table.
Oh, he'll be there. He'll be there. Yeah. So obviously we couldn't thank our patrons enough. You guys help us do all this stuff all the time. It's not only our patrons that support us too, though. It's people that buy our merch, and even like those that like our posts and follow us on all the things, YouTube especially. It's where we're popping off a little bit.
Yeah.
As Churchy would say.
Yeah, basically. Basically too famous to podcast now. Yeah,
Wow,
sure.
that's a bit. But no, we're loving doing all this different stuff too. So
Yeah.
check us out YouTube if you're listening to us on any of these on the audio mediums. Otherwise, yeah, massive shout out to Burnsy, Whack, Final Dinosaur, Lockie, MJ, Lethal, Moose, Penny, and Gridlock.
Elko, Churchy, Rad, Ollie, the main man, Hawkers, Aggro, Foggy, Adrian, and Big Road. Thank you all so much.
Yep.
I was going to say something, but I forgot. Maybe you'll hear about it next time. Oh, don't forget, we always do monthly giveaways as well. So
Yeah,
if you're
yep.
new, jump on all the socials that Shane just mentioned.
Yep.
Check out what our monthly giveaway is. Enter it, and we'll see you next Sunday.
True. Hooroo.
Peace.
Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice.